Thanks for staying with us. Okay, it is time. The animals are here. The Kentucky Wildlife Center aims to rescue and rehabilitate native wildlife. And they also want to help educate the bluegrass about these animals. It's so important to know what we're dealing with. Karen and Samantha, did I get that right? All right, are here to tell us more. They brought a few guests with them. We can't ignore the fact that we have a baby raccoon here. Thank you all for being here, by the way. You make us so happy.
Thank you for having us.
So happy. Well, what do we have? I know we're going to talk about the animals more, but it's a little guy here? He's your kind of spotlight.
Yeah, it's a little male. He's one of our babies that we've intake this year.
And he's adorable.
Yeah, yes he is.
He's probably never been under lights like this.
No, this is a first for him.
So we're gonna, if he starts to, get a little antsy, we'll let him walk away because we want to talk about what you do first. You're going to come back a little later with more animals, but what exactly do you do?
Well, as you mentioned, our mission is to rescue and rehabilitate native wildlife and to improve the welfare of wildlife through education. We believe that every life matters. And so, from that, we take in about 1,000 animals a year.
Oh, wow.
And we feel a lot of times like it's raining wildlife. It's raining a lot outside, but we believe that we feel like it rains wildlife. We take in animals from the general public, from Fish and Wildlife referrals, from the animal shelters. We take a lot from Lexington Fayette Animal Control. We take in a lot from referrals from vet clinics.
Sure, from
just
all
a little
over.
bit of everybody.
We do.
Now, you guys, you mentioned your mission, and really just like, it's so incredible what you guys are doing. If people want to be a part of the mission, if they want to participate with the center, how do they get involved?
Well, that's a great point. Well, they can visit our website, kywildlife.org. Our mission is very important to us. As I mentioned, we believe every life matters. And we really want to improve the lives of animals, to improve our community, and to conserve the environment. With that being said, we believe we didn't inherit our environment from our ancestors, but we borrow it from our children.
Sure.
And so when a child brings in an animal from, such as an injured bird or an injured rabbit, to that child, that animal is wildlife. Yeah. And so by showing that child compassion and that we care, we are creating future conservationists, future scientists, future taxpayers that are the future.
Oh, absolutely. And let's talk a little bit about the animals that come in. A lot of these, this is their habitat. Is construction playing a big role in why these animals are now in neighborhoods and areas where maybe they wouldn't normally be?
Yes, absolutely. We're taking over their habitats, not only habitat destruction, climate change. There's lots of reasons that animals are coming in. A lot of animals like the raccoon and foxes and coyotes have adapted to living among humans, so that they have, we're seeing more of them living amongst us.
So I want to know about this guy a little bit. I'm sorry, I get all excited. Like, look at these pictures of these little foxes. This is adorable. I want to know, like, do people just drop them off?
Well, one thing about him is that his mother was trapped, and so that's one thing we hear a lot about humane trapping, and we don't necessarily believe it's very humane, because especially during baby season, because what people will do is they'll trap the mother, and then they'll later realize that their baby's left behind. Right. And so that's where we get a lot of these orphan babies. People always say, where do you find them? How do they find these babies? They and up to 90% of these mothers, when they're relocated because they're left without den sites in unknown territories, don't survive.
Well, and that leads to my next question, because a lot of times we think it's just easy to go catch them or take care of it ourselves. You're educating the public on why it's so important to maybe stay away from that and let the experts deal with it. How do you do that and get that mission across?
That's another amazing point. We are trained, and this is what we do. These babies require very, very specialized care, not only veterinary care, specialized nutrition. We have specialized, believe it or not, raccoon milk replacers. We know exactly what they need to eat at what stage in their life. They get specialized medications. This is what we do. Like we said, we take in 1,000 animals per year. They have species-specific caging and housing. We have a wildlife neonatal ICU unit with incubators and ICU care. We have, oxygen for these guys if they need it. This is all we do. And
You're the expert.
Right.
Don't try to take care of it ourselves.
Right. We
let
really
you handle
do
it.
ask that the public do call if they find something.
All right.
And we're happy to help.
But a lot of times we like to think we know what we're doing,
Right.
but we do more harm than good. So thankfully you're there.
Right.
All right. We're going to come back with you in a little bit
Perfect.
later show and
Perfect.
actually talk about some of the animals that you have and that